Hey, just wanted to make a video about the car, a little bit more detailed. Here it is. I haven't had time to wash it, so it's a little dirty. But here she is. I'm gonna do a walkthrough, and then I'm gonna go a little closer to show any imperfections that I may think it has. Oops, I left that open. There we go. All right, so starting from the front, does have the holes for the license plate right there. This one is just a bug splatter. There are some tiny rock chips like that right here. The hood's pretty good. There's no really issues there. Headlights, no real issues. Underneath, where is it? Right here. You can see some of that paint is coming off there. And there's a little blemish right there. Headlights are LEDs. The DRLs are also LEDs as well. No issues with the windshield, no cracks. Sticker has been updated. This fender is pretty good right here. You can see here, tires are pretty brand new. I think it's date code 2022 or 2021. This is the power stops, drilled rotors, as well as the brakes. No real issue with the door. The windows get controlled. They power fold as well. The back door has a slight issue with the paint right here from overspray, so that could be either touched up with black or whatever you want. On the rear quarter panel here, there's a little blemish right here on the paint. This logo my wife did, so that's not factory. There's the tail light. Here's the tailgate. The only issue with the tailgate is this scratch here. There's some scratches here on this when I'm sliding stuff in and out, but you might not be able to tell in the video, maybe if I point it out, but this tail light will need to be replaced. I think it has a crack here, and it has lead and moisture over time, so it's a little darker. So this will have to be switched out to match that one. Personally, I'd like it a little bit smoked, so whenever I do switch it out, I think it looks a little bit more modern. No real issues with this side. There is a scratch on this pillar right here. Again, that could be either marked or touched up. The back tires too are also brand new, pretty much. This back bumper panel here, if you look here, look on the inside, the paint has rubbed off from a pressure washer, so that will need to be touched up. This door is pretty good shape. Passenger door here, no real issues. Same thing with the mirror. And then this fender too, also no real issues there. Here's a same tire. Only modifications exterior wise is going to be the painted slats here. This is normally body colored, but it's paint matched. Wheels have been paint matched to satin black. And these pillars, the B pillar and C pillars, have also been satin black. Actually, these are matte black to match the front grille slats. And then, of course, the Porsche emblem right there. It's the only modification. Oh, actually, and then one more modification here is I updated the Cayenne badge to a more modern Cayenne badge. So it's a little bit smaller, a little bit more elegant. And it does have a trailer hitch as well. Moving on the inside here. Back seats are in pretty good shape. Door panel also is the same thing. No issues with the roof there. There's no sagging, there's no discoloration, there's no weird smells. And if I have this unlocked where I can open this, yep, there we go. Power tailgate works pretty good. No issues back here either. You'll be able to take a sneak peek. If you look here, this is where the old body panel was removed. So this whole side was completely replaced. And a new one's been welded in. You can see none of that is bondoed in. And that's just a personal storage box. Power button works. I'm looking at this. I thought it was open, but it just needs to be adjusted to be a little bit closer. This side does have the sunshade here, if need be. Oops. There we go. Door panels are in great shape. Our seats are also in great shape. On the passenger side, door panels in great shape. Seats also in great shape. There's I believe the trim piece that goes here that's missing, so that needs to be done. And then also here, the little button, you can still move it, but this little piece needs to be replaced there. But you can still, it's still operable. Glove box also works. There's no cracks in the dash. There's nothing weird going on there. No discoloration. Everything's OEM here. This is almost brand new. It's crazy. All the vents are pretty much brand new. I'm gonna try to make it okay. You can see there is a slight dimple. It's been dented there a little bit. No cracks in this leather. Cup holders. Full disclosure on these two doors, I believe they need to be adjusted. It's working well now, so it's opening and closing pretty good. But this door, sometimes you have to push it in and then pull it to make it work. And then on this one, sometimes you have to pull the door handle twice to make it work. But right now, it's not doing that thing, but I just wanted to disclose it just in case. See, before we go on the inside, I just wanted to show you the underside of the car. Oh, I don't want to get too dirty here. I'm gonna try to show you the drive shaft. Let me see if I can show that to you. Can you see it? I hope you can see it. It's practically brand new. And you can see the car has been sitting. There's no leaks of any kind. All right. Going on in the driver's side now. See no issues with this door panel. Here's the driver's seat. The driver's seat has the second memory seat button is broken here, but you can still click it. And then there's a panel, I believe, that goes here and there for the battery tray that's missing. This is not the original floor mat. This one is the original floor mat though. But this side does not have the original floor mat. Steering wheel is in great shape. Let me hop in here. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have faced the sun. There we go. Steering wheel is in great shape. All these buttons are pretty good. No removal of the black or anything like that. It's pretty much brand new. Sunroof is in really great shape, no cracks. These sunroof button is not working. And then, I don't know if you can tell, well, let me see, open the door here. All these lights are LED. They don't flicker like that, it's just a camera. So all these lights are LED, as well as that one. Here's the key. I have one key. Well, technically I have two keys, but this one is the only one that's programmed. The other one's a new key that needs to be cut and programmed. But let's try to do this with one hand here. So all this, the screen works, radio works, all that good stuff. The only thing that's a little bit scratchy is that speaker when it is on a heavy bass song. Let me go ahead and clear that. So the only two errors that are popping up there, the key battery to get replaced. I'm not really sure if I'm using a cheap battery or something. I bought it on Amazon. It's still giving me that error. And then the other error is that it says that the tire pressure sensors are not like calibrated, but those need to be replaced. And then the only error light on the dash is going to be the airbag. For the passenger seat, the weight sensor, I'm not sure if it's the seat. I don't know if it's a sensor. My original plan was to just get GTS seats for both driver and passenger and see if I can score the suede inserts for the back as well. Full disclosure, it didn't do it now, but there is sometimes where it does do a slight long crank. So it'll crank for about 2 seconds. But it didn't do it now. But I believe the previous owner has already replaced the high pressure fuel pump with a OEM Porsche unit. But it seems to be working. You can see the alternator right there is charging the battery. The car is on right now. It's really quiet. There's no weird funky idle there. Technically it's a cold start. I drove like 30 seconds from my house. So yeah, and then put it in drive. No issues there. And let me turn around so you can get out of the sun. There we go. Much better. I think this needs to be in neutral, and then you can do the lockers. And turn it all off. Put it back in drive. I love driving the sport mode. It definitely makes the car much liver. You won't be able to tell, but just take my word for it. The AC and heater work great. Heated seats are one of the best heated seats I've ever used in any car that I've owned. It goes all the way up to 5, and it works honestly the best. It's my favorite heated seats I've ever experienced. So we can go on here on a little drive. Hope you can see well. I'm gonna just show you here. I'm gonna floor it, just make sure there's no weird drops. No weird drops in the voltage there. Oh, let me also show you one more thing here. I just want to show you that the power side mirrors do fold. So, and then push it back that way and they unfold. So yeah, that works pretty good. Very smooth, pretty quiet. The only thing you can hear is a slight exhaust noise and the intake. It's very pleasant to be in here when you're driving, especially in the sport mode. It definitely lights it up and reminds you that it is the Porsche. There's no weird wind noise, there's no whining, there's no knocking. You know that funny business. You can see the turn signals are turning off when I'm turning. Make a U-turn here and you can see there's no knocking noise or anything with the rack and pinion. And then, so when I go on this straight here, I want you to see two things. I'm going to floor it, and then I'm also going to let you show that the steering wheel is pretty darn straight. So, well, actually, I'm going to floor it after that railroad. So right now, you can see steering wheel is pretty straight. There's no issues with it moving, leaning to the left or leaning to the right or anything like that. And then once I get over to these railroad tracks here, I'll floor it to show you. It's a V6, but it definitely is peppy, and it definitely inspires confidence when you're driving. And the noise in here is just perfect. It's not obnoxious. It's not loud. It doesn't feel boy racer. It's a refined Porsche machine. Giving it a little rev here. I think there's people at the school, so I think I'm gonna park here actually. And in this gas station. Key off. Nothing weird there. See the lights turn on, which is kind of nice. I will say, that LED light, I don't know if it's the LED, but they're pretty high quality, not the cheap stuff. So I don't know if that one went out, but sometimes it works. Sometimes, like, see there you go. So I'm not too sure if it's not installed correctly or what, but there she is.